Alright, welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm over here at hive number 2. Just got done with hive number 1. It is July 4th. Happy Independence Day, America. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning. Temperature's about 86 degrees. Humidity's in the 60% range. Hive number 1 took about 15-20 minutes and I'm already soaking wet. So it's been a few weeks, 1 day shy of 3 weeks actually, since I inspected the hives due to a work trip. And honestly, all I can remember about hive number 2 is they've been kind of limping along for the longest time. However, I got stuck on the tree. However, I came out here the other day to beat down some weeds, and I noticed hive number 2 here has, I'd say, a lot more activity than I'm used to seeing. So maybe the 3-week break was good for the hive. It gave them time not to be interrupted, because people say that does kind of set back the bees' production every time you get into the hives. So enough of me yapping, let's get into hive number 2 and see if this queen has started to amp up her brood laying, really. So I removed the super quite a while ago just because they really weren't making the best use of it. So let's give them, I mean, that's sealed down nicely. Smoker's like limping along. We got quite a good bit of a green feel in there. Alright, let's see how hive number 2 is doing. Here's a good tip to check the inner cover, because not that long ago I found a queen on another hive just hanging out on the underside of the inner cover. I do believe I marked this queen, so she should be easy to find. And if I find a queen that's not marked, that'll be an indication that they may have swarmed. Yeah, I think this is one of the last queens I was able to find and mark. She was very elusive for the longest time. It's a nice food frame. Oh yeah, capping some honey on the outside here. So that's good to see. And a nice amount of bees on the outside as well, which typically don't really find that. Yeah, same here. And actually I can see eggs and pupated larvae on this frame, so that's a good thing. Frame number 2. So maybe running the hives as single deeps has been beneficial. Yeah, a whole bunch of pupated larvae down here on the bottom part of this frame. Wow. Very nice brood on the 3rd frame, especially making nice use of the drawn part of the frame, since they still have a good bit to draw out with wax. Nice brood on that side as well. So this is good. Maybe the break in between inspections is what this colony needed. Yeah, same here. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, brood throughout this frame as well. So here's my plans moving forward now that the nectar flows over. And I mean, not to mention, well, obviously, this colony doesn't have a super on. So instead of adding a deep for the second half of the year, I'm gonna add supers, medium supers to all the colonies. Most of them are new, meaning they don't have any drawn wax. To give them the month of July, August, and September leading into the fall and winter to draw out the supers as I feed them heavily. And then the queen can use that to expand the brood chamber, and I'm going to leave those on over winter with whatever honey, I say honey, but you know, kind of sugar water honey they produce, and possibly not mess around with candy boards this year because I plan on making quite a few splits this month and doubling the bee yard. So currently I think I have 5 candy boards made. They're not the most difficult thing to make, but making the hard candy for them 15 pounds at a time, it's just rather tedious, really. Alright, no queen yet. I'm pretty sure she was marked. So if I don't find her, because I am kind of moving pretty fast through the frames looking for a blue dot, so if I don't find her, I think I'll just box them up and possibly come back later and really take my time looking for the queen. There's enough signs that they're queen right in the first few frames with eggs and everything. But I think I have found a queen, maybe even this one, on the very last frame before. They are rather calm, which is refreshing. And there she is, right there, very last frame. That's interesting. So either she's very smart and knows once sunlight gets inside the hive that I am inspecting them and disturbing them, or this is where she's ventured out to expand the brood chamber. And if that's the case, she is laying in every single frame, which is fantastic. So when I add the medium super to help her expand the brood chamber, they should take off like gangbusters. There's a nice look at her. Very pretty color. Might see her lay an egg. It's hard to tell sometimes. Alright, let me get them boxed up. Back to what they were doing. Yeah, having marked queens has been such a rewarding thing. I mean, not only the act of marking the queen, but it is extremely beneficial and I guess saves a ton of time being able to find her. So for the longest time, like I said in previous videos, I didn't have any marked queens until about a month ago or so, and finally decided to give it a try, and it's been great. Kind of regret not doing it a few years ago, knowing how easy it is. Okay, that's hive number 2, about 10 minutes to include the intro. Obviously they are queen right, and that queen is kicked into overdrive because she is laying in practically every single frame. So when I go to add a super, probably this week actually, and a feeder to them, they should definitely take off like crazy because they have a very nice bee population, which will help draw out the super. And then if the queen keeps laying like she's laying, like she'll expand into the medium super very quickly. Okay, that does it for this week. That was hive number 2. Check us out on Instagram and Facebook. You can find us by searching Cole's Farm NC for North Carolina. And that does it. So, oh yeah, probably gonna harvest honey sometime this week. So if you're around the Jacksonville, North Carolina area, get in touch with us, whether it's Facebook or Instagram, and we can set up a time to get you some honey. All right, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and if you hit the bell, you'll receive notifications of future videos. Let's take a look at the front entrance. See how much commotion we got going on here, and actually not that much. That was a pretty nice inspection. Bees remained pretty calm the whole time, which was fantastic. Ton of brood, and you can pretty much tell how disruptive an inspection was, in my opinion, by looking at the entrance once you're done. And this doesn't look too bad, so maybe I didn't disturb them as much as usual. All right, that's it for this week. Check us out next week for another weekly hive inspection of hive number 2.